Sporogenous tissue. Now, what is the sporogenous tissue? This can be asked for, important. This can be asked for a 1 mark question or 2 marks question, students. Now, what is this sporogenous tissue? Sporogenous tissue is nothing but it is a compactly arranged homogeneous cells. First, let us break it and understand. Now, what do you mean by compactly arranged homogeneous cell? Here, students, what will happen? Here in the tetrad, there will be similar kind of cells. Clear? Here, in the tetrad inside, and even in the outer ear, there will be the sporogenous cell. The sporogenous cell. Now, what do you mean by the sporogenous cell? The sporogenous cells are nothing but the similar kind of cell. The similar kind of cell. I told you, right? It is homogeneous. Homogeneous means similar. Means entirely uniform. They are similar in structure and morphology and function. Clear? Homogeneous means they are similar in structure. They are similar in structure. They are similar in function and the morphology. Everything it is similar. Homogeneous cell means they are similar in structure, function and morphology. Same kind of cells. So first you need to remember, once you remember sporogenous tissue, that it is a compactly arranged homogeneous cell. Now what do you mean by compactly arranged? Compactly arranged means this way, students. This is a tetrad. Clear? Now here the cells are like this arranged, compactly arranged. Means very near, they are arranged in this way. Yes, they are arranged in this way, compactly arranged. Okay, there is no gap or space. This way they are compactly arranged. So first point says that it is a compactly arranged homogeneous cell. Now what did I say you? Homogeneous. Homogeneous means those cells which are similar in structure, function and morphologically also similar. Same size, same structure, which are present at the center of each microsporangium. This is the second one, which are present in the at the center of each microsporangium. That means what? Which they are present in the center here. Clear? They are present in the center here. In the each microsporangium, they are present. Clear? They are present in the center. Now we got to know, right? They are the compactly arranged homogeneous cell. They are present at the center of each microsporangium. They are, they are present at the center of each microsporangium. Next one, when the anther is young, which undergoes meiosis to produce microspore tetrads, which further develop into pollen grain. Yes. Now, what does this third one says? When the anther is young, young means it is growing. Okay, when it is growing, uh, the anther is young, which undergoes meiosis. Now, what is meiosis? Meiosis is reductional division. Meiosis is reductional division. And you all know the formation of gametes, the formation of gametes in the formation of gametes in the diploid plants, usually that the meiosis takes place to form a haploid gametes. To form a haploid gametes. You all had studied it in gametogenesis. Yes or no? You have studied it in gametogenesis. The formation of the gametes takes place by reductional division. The formation of gamete takes place by reductional division. So, when the anther is young, which undergoes meiosis to produce microspore tetrads, which further develops into pollen grains. Yes. So, what happens here? The sporogenous tissues which are present in the microsporangium, the sporogenous tissue which are present in the microsporangium, they undergo meiosis. What they undergo? They undergo meiosis process. They undergo meiosis process. To form what? They undergo meiosis process to develop, to produce microspore tetrad structure, which further develops into pollen grains, which later develops into pollen grain. So, which tissue helps in the formation of the pollen grain? The sporogenous tissue helps in the formation of pollen grain. The sporogenous tissue helps in the formation of pollen grain. They form this microspore tetrad, which further develops into pollen grain. They form this microspore tetrad, which further develops into pollen grain. So this is the structure of the microsporangium. Now, when we see the structure here, this is the important one. So this is the important one. Important structure where you have to draw and label the parts. You all know unlabeled diagrams do not contain any marks, and on the right hand side the labeling has to be done, and the labeling when you do, you make sure that it is correct. Okay, do not label anything wrong. So there is a upper layer which is epidermis, yes, then the middle layer endothelium, middle layer the tapetum, which provides nourishment to the developing pollen grain, the pollen grains which are developing here, clear. And these are microsporangia or a microsporangial tetrads, which we call it as tetrads. This four circular structure here, we call it as tetrad, and this is an important diagram. Time and again, the question has been asked in your papers. If you have if you go through the papers of from the 2014 to 2020, all the papers have this question. Clear? All the papers have this. Most of the papers have got this question, that is explain the structure of the microsporangium. So I told you this is an important diagram. Mark and take. It's there in a textbook also. So this is an important diagram. Next, coming to microsporogenesis, another important question. I told you this entire chapter is important, so the questions can arise from any of the topics. Usually, from the it can arrive from the pollen grain, it can arrive from the microsporogenesis, it can arrive from the microsporangium, megasporogenesis. So, all these questions are important. If you see the question papers also, then you will find this question time and again repeated. Is it clear? So this is an important once again. Now, what do you mean by microsporogenesis? The definitions are important, students. And why I say definitions are important? Because the definition can be asked for 1 marks, 2 marks, plus definition has to be very, very specific. It should be very, very specific. Now, what do you mean by microsporogenesis? The process of formation of microspores, the process of formation of microspores from pollen mother cell through meiosis is called as microsporogenesis. Now, what do you mean by this particular definition? Formation of microspores. Formation of microspore from where these microspores are formed, from the pollen mother cell, that is PMC. From the pollen mother cell, the microspores are formed. By which process? Meiosis process. From which process? Meiosis process. The microspores are formed from the pollen mother cells. From which process? Meiosis process, and that process is known as microsporogenesis. And that process is known as microsporogenesis, and this is an important definition. So, the process of formation of microspores from pollen mother cell through meiosis is called as microsporogenesis. Now, what does this mean? Here what happens? These are the pollen mother cells, PMC. Now to form the microspore, some cells has to undergo meiosis. Yes or no? Some cells has to undergo meiosis. And the cells which undergo meiosis are nothing but the pollen mother cell. These are the pollen mother cell which undergo meiosis to form microspores. Microspores, which are also called as pollens. Clear? The pollen mother cell undergo meiosis to form the microspore, and this entire process is known as microsporogenesis. And this entire process is called as microsporogenesis. So this is an important definition. Next, coming to how this microsporogenesis or these microspores are formed. The cells of the sporogenous tissue is called as microspore mother cell, that is the diploid one, which meiotically divide to form microspores, which are arranged in a cluster of 4 cells called as microspore tetrad. Okay, so what happens here? The sporogenous tissue, also called as microspore mother cell or pollen mother cell, also called as microspore mother cell or pollen mother cell. Those are those sporogenous tissue which are similar in structure and function. They divide meiotically, that is meiosis takes place and the microspores are formed. But how they are arranged? They are arranged in this way. They are arranged in this way. The tetrad structure they are arranged in. Yes, one is here, one is here, one is here, and another one is here. So they are arranged in this tetrad structure. Here, they are arranged in this tetrad structure. Next, coming to when the anther matures, the microspore tetrads dissociate from each other and develop into pollen grain. Yes. So what happens here? When the anther matures, means it ripens, the pollen grain, the microspore tetrads dissociate from each other and develop into pollen grain. So what happens here? This microspore tetrad, this they start getting mature and they form this pollen grain. They start forming the pollen grain. They will be in this way, no? Cells will be in this way. Cells will be in this way. Clear? This pollen mother cells, these cells will be in this way. Like how you know in epidermis and all, you know, no, how the cells are like this. Like this only, they will be there. So what will happen? They mature and they form into these cells. Pollen grains they form once they mature. Clear? They will dissociate and they will form into pollen grains like this. Clear? They will form into pollen grains in that way. Thousands of pollen grains formed inside a microsporangium released with the dehiscence of the anther. Dehiscence means opening of the anther. And how does the opening takes place? By the breaking of the 3 layers. By the breaking of the 3 layers. So now you need to remember in the microsporogenesis, first is the definition. In the definition, what happens? The formation of microspore from the pollen mother cell or microspore mother cell through the meiosis process. You can say anything one, okay? You do not have to get confused. Either you can say pollen mother cell or you can say microspore mother cell. They undergo meiosis, that is the reductional division, to form the microspores or the pollen grain, and that process is known as microsporogenesis. The cells of the sporogenous tissue is called as microspore mother cell or the pollen mother cell. They undergo meiosis, divide meiotically, arranged in a cluster of 4 cells called as microspore tetrad. You have seen the structure, yes or no? You have seen the structure, how it is arranged in this way. In this way it is arranged. Yes or no? In this way it is arranged. This is a microspore tetrad. When the anther matures, the microspore tetrad dissociate and forms the pollen grain. Thousands of pollen grain formed inside the microsporangium released with the dehiscence of the anther, that is the opening of the anther. Pollen grains. Now, you all know that pollen grains are the male gametophyte. What they are? They are the male gametophyte. That means the male reproductive part of the flower. Yes, the male reproductive part of the flower, and they are spherical in structure. They are spherical in structure. The pollen grain structure is an important question again. It is asked many a times to explain, to draw and explain the pollen grain or the structure of the pollen grain. So, what is pollen grain? How many layers are present? How many cells are present in the pollen grain? What is the function of the sporopollenin? Is an important question. Here, these are the important questions, and the diagram itself is important. This is an important diagram. So this question is an important, the structure of the pollen grain. Now, what is a pollen grain? Pollen grain are the male gametophyte, spherical in shape. It has got the outer layer exine and the inner layer intine.